Welcome, soul family. Hi, everybody. How are you today? Hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to begin today with a little question. First, because I'm curious, and second, because I feel it will help us to come together and connect, which is the reason and the purpose for this meditation, this daily coming together. So, the question I have for you, and take a moment to think about it because we're going to do our breathing, and then maybe you can write after we do our breathing. I'm wondering about any experiences that you've had recently. It could be recent as far as the last year, anything that has stood out for you in relation to what we have all been experiencing with the pandemic and the issues that have arisen as a result of it. I'm wondering positive experiences, challenging experiences, people that you've met or spoken to, people that have been kind to you or unkind to you. Just curious. And if there is anything that you would like to share in the chat, then feel free. I look forward to hearing from you about that. And whether or not you feel comfortable here and now, whether you don't feel comfortable here and now, you can speak to me later and share that with an email or a smoke signal, whatever works. Good afternoon, Leanne, Jessica, anyone else who is hopping on. Looks like we have 4 of you. So if you haven't yet said hello in the chat, please do to claim your space and come together in that way. So please do say hello if you are with us, and we'll begin with our breathing. So let's just close our eyes for a minute and start with a nice full exhale, emptying. We're going to work with our soft belly breath. As you inhale, breathing into the navel, full expansion. And on the exhale, letting it take care of itself as you soften the belly right down to the bottom of the breath. And again, inhale into the navel, full expansion, right to the top of the breath. And on the exhale, softening the belly. Again, inhale, full expansion into the navel. Exhale, soften the belly. Again, inhale, filling the belly with breath, softening breath into the navel. And exhale, relax, soften, and let go. For the last 2 or 3 breaths on your own, visualizing yourself stepping into our circle of connectivity. Allowing yourself to connect with and seek to feel or sense that connection to the others in the space. Allowing that nice, soft, relaxed abdomen. Taking a moment to tune in. Welcome, Marlene. Tuning into the body, noticing how you've shown up on a physical level. Noticing the mind, mental and emotional. Allowing yourself to be here without judgment, with compassion for yourself and for the others. So if any of you have an experience you'd like to share, any sort of experience that has happened for you in the last several months that you'd like to share, then please do so in the chat and I'll keep an eye out for it. So for today's practice, I wanted to explore the idea of equanimity. And we have spoken a little bit about it in previous meditations. If you've been watching, you may have heard that word. And if you are unfamiliar with the idea or the word equanimity, essentially it is to have an equanimous mind, a balanced mind with balanced equilibrium. It is one of the most, I'd say, majestic of the emotions of a heartfelt and meaningful lifestyle practice, whether you're talking about yoga, Buddhism, or any of the lifestyle philosophical type of practices that help us give us somewhat of a roadmap to follow in our life. It's one thing that we weren't born with is a little handbook, right? But these old practices and making them our own is fantastic for helping to manage with all of our ups and downs in life. So equanimity combines an understanding of mind together with a wise and compassionate heart. So it has that balance. Some mistake equanimity for being dry, stoic, cool, or even aloof. But mature equanimity helps us to produce a radiance of warmth and a sense of beingness, allowing us to be exactly as we are. The Buddha, Gotama, described a mind filled with equanimity as abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility or ill will. One approach is to begin to develop and support the 7 mental qualities which support the development of equanimity, which I will list in the notes after today's meditation. I'll list them all if you are interested. It's kind of a neat thing to print off and put on your fridge just to remind yourself. So the first one is integrity. And integrity in the sense of being confident in our actions, our words, and bringing about a perspective of blamelessness. So taking the blame away from the outside. The second is faith. Faith grounded in wisdom assists us in meeting our challenges with equanimity, with balanced mind. Concentration of the mind. So concentration is a big one. Learning how to focus on a one-pointed awareness for extended periods assists us in finding that equanimity in those moments of triggers. So that's something that is a practice, which is what we're doing here every day. And those of you who practice yoga or other forms of meditation is very, very helpful in helping to balance our mind. Our well-being, so focusing on our self-care, pardon me, finding time for quiet enjoyment and pleasure, kind of like drinking in a sunset or a forest or a flower, allowing yourself to really be with that and give yourself that pleasure of that moment rather than always rushing from here to there to the next thing to the next thing. Self-care. Wisdom, number 5, wisdom. Finding and accepting through our conscious awareness, not taking things personally, removing our own responsibility from the suffering of others. So especially as women, and I'm not saying that the guys don't do this, but it tends to be a feminine trait to want to fix other people. And so removing that can be very freeing and helps develop that sense of equanimity in those tough times where you're watching someone suffering and it's It's a very tough thing to observe. Insight, number 6, seeing deeply into the law of nature, the laws of nature. It seems that the modern world has become further and further away from nature's laws, and we seem to be taking on other things or being told how things are. But the true connection to the laws of nature are really what help us to see the full scope, right? As it is and not as we would like it to be. Another tough one, right? So we want things to be a certain way. We talked about that yesterday. The greater the letting go, the deeper the equanimity. So the ability to just let go and allow whatever to arise and to be with that with a balanced mind. Number 7 is freedom. Observing reactive tendencies rather than becoming triggered by them, freeing yourself of those reactive tendencies. Recalling times when you were more reactive about doing something that no longer affects you. So remember, there may be times when you used to react to certain things, maybe as a teenager or as a younger person. As you get a little older, you begin to let go of certain things. So if you recall in your mind, if you think right now about something that used to really be a big trigger for you, but it no longer is, that is what gives us the knowledge and awareness that this is possible to move past whatever our triggers may be. Marlene, thank you for your question. Equanimity, it's funny because I was actually going to print it out and put it on the wall behind me. Equanimity, Equanimity. 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 Like equanimity. Yeah. So if you think about the word equanimous or equality, balance, through a combination of the power of observation, doing along with a controlled inner balance being, our state of mind becomes together like two wings of the bird. So, two wings of the bird of equanimity, which helps us to soar into levels of true consciousness and peace. And it's truly, if you can develop equanimity and make that your only spiritual focus, you will find things change for you drastically. Things become easier, life becomes more natural, life becomes happier and more fulfilling. It's just a wonderful, wonderful practice. And it is the basis of the Vipassana meditation that I practice myself, which I highly recommend. It's a 10-day program to begin with, silent. And you are basically leaving your life for those 10 days, becoming a monk. And very worthwhile, one of the most worthwhile things I've ever done in my life. And I've done it many times. So let us work with our meditation on the idea of equanimity or balance of mind, equilibrium of mind. So making sure that you're comfortable, you're warm enough. There are very few distractions in your space. Closing your eyes, take a moment to settle into your seat. Become aware of the weight of the body on whatever surface that you're seated upon. Allow the belly and the hips to soften. Lengthen upward through the crown of the head as though you are a flower reaching for the sun. Take a moment to notice how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, meeting yourself as you are right now. Begin to bring a soft or softened attention to your breath. Through this softened awareness or softened attention, notice the mind becoming more calm, more centered, allowing that to rise on its own without reaching for it. Begin by reflecting on the benefit of a mind that has balance and equanimity. What does that look like in your mind's eye? Sense what a gift it can be to bring a more peaceful heart to your family, your friends, and the world around you. Sense what a gift it can be to bring that into your world. Allow yourself to feel an inner sense of balance and ease around this. Now begin repeating a phrase as an intention, such as, may I be balanced and at peace. Or may I be equanimous and peaceful. Whatever works for you right now, whatever words bring about that sense of calm in your mind. Acknowledge that all created things arise and they pass away. Joys, sorrows, pleasant events, pleasant happenings, people, architecture, animals, notions or ideas, even entire civilizations or epochs. Allow yourself to rest in the midst of these ideas. The idea that all things rise and pass away. See the beauty in both. Breathe into that idea of change as beauty. Repeating to yourself, may I learn to see the arising and passing of all nature with equanimity and balance of mind. May I learn to see the arising and passing of all nature with equanimity and balance of mind. May I be open and balanced and peaceful. Acknowledge that all beings are heirs to their own karma and that their lives arise and pass away following the conditions and the deeds that are created by them. Allowing whatever is to be to be. People's lives arise and pass away following the conditions and the deeds that are created by them. While you can deeply love and care for others, in the end, their happiness and their suffering depend on their thoughts and their actions. To find equanimity with others, add this phrase: your happiness and suffering depend on your thoughts and actions and not my wishes for you. Your happiness and suffering depend on your thoughts and actions and not my wishes for you. In the next steps, you can wish peace and equanimity for specific people or a generalized wish for all people. I have phrased it as a wish for all. May we learn to see the arising and passing away of all things with equanimity and balance. May we all have true equanimity. May we all be balanced in our mind and peaceful in our heart. May I bring compassion and equanimity to the events of the world. May I bring compassion and equanimity to the events of the world. May I find balance and equanimity and peace amidst it all. May I find balance and equanimity, peace amidst it all. Allowing yourself to sit with that for a moment. Noticing what arises for you. in the physical body, in the mind, the emotions. Taking 6 more soft belly breaths. And as you breathe in, breathing in the idea of balanced mind, peaceful heart. Balanced mind, peaceful heart, soft belly. Equanimous mind, peaceful heart. Long, full breaths. With each inhalation, full expansion of the lungs, three-dimensionally. Softening. Breathing into the navel. Equanimous mind, peaceful heart. Taking your last cycle of breath. Soft navel, soft belly. Bringing your palms together at heart center. Taking a moment here to share with metta or loving kindness. Sharing all of your good vibrations with someone special in your life. And let's bow to the divine light that shines from each one of us, connecting us as one. Namaste. Keep it with you until we meet again. And maybe I'll see you for yoga tomorrow morning, 10:45. And of course, we have classes all weekend. So hopefully we'll see you at some point for those classes. And if any of you watching are looking for links, you can send me a message through either in the comment section here, or you can send it through the website, which you can find through our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of these awesome little offerings that we're doing here. And I hope that was wonderful for you. I definitely feel more balanced. I hope you all do as well. And I would love to hear your stories if you do have any. Looking for some good stories. And feel free to share them on the Telegram Awaken as well if you like. Enjoy the rest of this awesome sunshiny day, and we'll see you soon. Take care. I will have an Equanimous day. Thanks, you too, Jessica. Good. That's awesome. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.